They thought their city could never fall. They were wrong. In one single day, it vanished. A powerful island, massive temples, a navy that ruled the sea. Then, earthquakes, flood, darkness, gone. No survivors, no ruins rising above the water. Just a story. But to understand what really happened, we need to go back. The story of Atlantis comes from one man, Plato, around 360 BC. He wrote about it in 2 works called Timaeus and Critias. He said the story was told to his ancestor Solon by Egyptian priests. According to Plato, Atlantis existed 9,000 years before his time. It was located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which most scholars believe means the Strait of Gibraltar. At first, Atlantis was powerful, but fair. Rich land, strong walls, great ships. But then, something changed, and there was one detail no one could explain. Why would such a powerful civilization disappear in a single day? First, Plato described Atlantis as highly advanced. The capital city was built in perfect circles, rings of land and water around a central temple. Then, he said the people became greedy. They wanted more land, more power. They tried to conquer other nations. And finally, he wrote that the gods decided to punish them. Earthquakes shook the ground, floodwaters rose, and in a single day and night of misfortune, Atlantis sank into the sea. And it gets worse. Plato never finished the full story. The dialogue Critias suddenly stops, almost like the ending was lost. But that wasn't the strangest part. No Greek writer before Plato ever mentioned Atlantis. No Egyptian record clearly confirms it. So where did the story really come from? Some believe Atlantis was never real. They say Plato created it as a lesson. He often used stories to explain ideas about pride, power, and justice. Others argue the story may be based on real events. One theory connects Atlantis to the island of Thera, now called Santorini. Around 1600 BC, a massive volcanic eruption destroyed much of the Minoan civilization. It caused earthquakes and huge sea waves across the region. Could this disaster have inspired the legend? But here's where it matters. Remember the detail no one could explain? Why describe the city with so much detail? If it was only a lesson, the rings, the canals, the metal called orichalcum, why be so specific unless it was based on something real? This was the moment everything changed. Modern scholars studied Plato's numbers. He claimed Atlantis existed 9,000 years before his time. But many experts believe this number may have been symbolic or misunderstood over time. There is no physical proof of Atlantis. No ruins clearly matching Plato's description have been found. The truth wasn't what people expected. Most historians agree Atlantis was likely a moral story, a warning about what happens when power grows faster than wisdom. What we know, the only original source, is Plato. What we don't know, whether he based it on a real memory of an ancient disaster. This wasn't just about a lost island. It was about human pride, about thinking we are untouchable. Every powerful empire in history believed it would last forever. Many did not. Atlantis may not be under the ocean. It may be a warning that repeats in every age. So the real question is, was Atlantis a real place that sank beneath the sea? Or was it a message we still refuse to hear? And if a great civilization once vanished in a single day, would we even see it coming? If you enjoy deep documentaries like this, subscribe. The next story might be even darker.